This is Sam. I'm Robert. This is Tai Chi based fighting techniques, self-defense techniques. First rule, although we're going to break that rule in a moment. First rule is if you're in a situation and you have to take physical action, don't just do one thing, do a number of things. You don't hit somebody once and then wait to see what happens. You do a number of things and then hopefully something's happened. Right, we're going to start with a very simple thing. Sam, I'm not going to move, so don't do this too hard. Could you punch me on the forehead? Right, there's a punch to my forehead. Sam, can you step maybe just in a little bit closer? Right, now punch me on the forehead. Right, lovely. Now, if Sam punches me on the forehead with, or the nose, or the throat, or the stomach, or anywhere, relax, you can put that down, without any warning, I'm going to get hit because I'm within range. So let us hope that I've been bright enough to be just slightly out of range if you punch Sam. So that would mean that in order for Sam to punch me, he's got to step in, and that would hurt. So let us say that I'm stood like this with a fairly natural stance. I'm not square on, I'm just slightly, but I'm not in a fighting stance. I don't want to fight him. So Sam comes in to hit me. Right, he's being nice, he's not actually hitting me. Okay, go back. Okay, so Sam comes in to hit me. I move to the side. I step, in this case, the same side that he's come in on. Right? From here, I'm going to hit him. Could be a fist, but I'm going to hit him open palm. And I'm going to draw back, and I'm going to hit him again. Now, in Tai Chi, we have a structure that looks like that, which is called strum the lute. We have a structure that looks like that, which is called part the wild horse's mane. So what we're doing, the punch comes in, I intercept it, I hit him again. The interception, if you come in one more time, please, Sam. The interception is similar to strum the lute. Here, this hit is powered not by extending the arm, but by turning the hip. I then draw back and down, and there, can we just do a little dance round, Sam, for the camera? Thank you. There, now, Sam, can you just move out the way that way a bit? There is basically part wild horse's mane. So let's just do that again. So the punch comes in, I come here, I come here, I come here. Now, before I said about things being in threes, if you think about it, that first bit is not doing any damage. That might do a little bit of damage, that would hopefully do a little bit of damage. So where's the third one? The third one is in the entry. Sam comes in, and I hit Sam harder than I meant to there. That first strike, as Sam comes in, just here, is just to weaken the muscle. It's not going to knock anybody unconscious, but it just puts a little bit of pain into the system, which hopefully gives you a split second before you do those. Now, the classic what if. What if he does punch one, punch two? I get hit. The thing you have to do is that has to happen quickly enough so that the second punch doesn't come in. But that leads us to another issue, which is, yeah, please.
2, 1.
Whatever you like. 1, 2, 3. Well, that leads us to this problem, which is, where am I standing? I'm standing on the inside. So maybe if you punch. It would be better if I went to the outside. So Sam comes, my bad, let's switch around so the main camera gets us. So as Sam comes here, I come up to here. Again, keep your hand there if you would. This is very similar to strum the lute. Now here, I've switched feet. I haven't here, well, I've actually done the same foot, but switch. I'll explain. Here, on the inside, I was trying to use the same leg and hand. Here, on the outside, if possible, I want to use the opposite leg and hand because that will give me more freedom. So, the punch comes in, I try and hit. Now I might hit up there, I might be lucky and hit there, I might be very lucky, just relax your arm a little bit, and catch here in between the bicep and tricep. You might be unlucky and catch the elbow. You want to try and avoid that. So from here, I'm going to do 3, 2, 1 being that. I'm actually going to get a 4th one in because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come through there, round here. Let's do it this way. Nice. Sorry, so okay. Let's do it this way. So Sam goes to punch me, I come here and I try and hit him on the outside. I come through, punch, here, round, hit him again, pull his eyebrows out, get out my shaving kit, give him a shave. It's all good stuff. Okay, assume nasty man grabs me. Nasty man grabs you, nice man grabs you. The reason he's a nice man is he's given you a gift. Look, he's given me a hand. Whilst that hand is grabbing here, it is not punching me in the nose. The other hand, however, could be. That would be bad. So somebody grabs you in a threatening manner. The first thing you do is you bring your hand up on the outside of their hand, just gently, to keep that in place. It doesn't feel like I'm doing much at the moment. It's more just kind of resting there, but it gives me tactile information. Now, obviously, Sam, could you, without actually knocking my head off, could you grab me and hit me in one move? Grab, hit, right? You don't do that. You don't worry about that. Grab, hit, you do something explosive and into the person. But if the grab is the threat, then putting your hand here doesn't do any harm because it doesn't make the situation any worse. Now from here, because you've got tactile feedback, you might find there's a variety of things you can do. It might be something simple like that. Right? Sam isn't tense. He wasn't expecting what I was doing. What I did was I just rolled
really interesting
down there. Right? Relax, roll, bosh, crack. Yeah. Nice and simple. On the other hand, if he grabs again, and if this hand is quite tense, putting my hand here will not do anything that way, but it does give me signals to play with. So if he goes to move that hand, I can almost immediately feel what's going on. Here, if he grabs me, I can do something quite natural. I can take a little step back, and I can take another step back, and at some point, when he leans in, I can hit him. So he grabs, I step back, I hit him. He threw a punch there, I wasn't expecting it. But I had enough time to do something about it because I've got this contact, and this contact does give you a lot, it gives you a lot of feedback. You can
really feel the pressure and the tension, and it makes you want to move.
So, let us just say you're being nasty, but you haven't hit me yet. But I think you're about to hit me. There are a wide range of lovely things that you can do to people. Simple one, cross your fingers for luck, put your fingers into the notch there and suggest to the person that it's really not nice to be vicious. Now, I've got to be careful because I've got nails and I don't want to scratch poor Sam here. By the way, if it... Just come into camera a bit, Sam. Bend down a bit. Turn this way. Right, you may notice that Sam has a stud in his ear. I just want to point out that if you should ever be attacked by anybody like that, you just can't help yourself. You have to just come up and rip it out. I mean, that just goes without saying. Right, so here we are. You've got cross your fingers, put it in there, and push back. You can also push down a little bit. Did you feel that?
That's the
slightly
worst.
Different.
That's the worst. Yeah.
Yeah. You can also, if let's just come into camera a little bit. You can also see there's a little sort of triangle area here. Now I've got to be careful not to scratch, Sam. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my fingers into that triangle and give it a little twist. And you get that happening.
Wow.
That's not nice, is it? Right, here, twist in. It's got to be done quickly. If I do this slow, so I'm trying not to scratch you. If I do it slow,
it doesn't do anything.
Not a big deal, but quick, you will get some kind of reaction. So somebody's grabbed you, they haven't done anything yet, bop, bop, bop. There is a slight lack of Tai Chi-ness with the bop, bop, but there comes a point in time where if you're actually using physical defensive skills, you stop worrying about what the label is, you worry about the outcome. I have always said to students, you know, if they're in a fight and I've taught them this, but they do that, I don't want them coming into class next week going, I'm terribly sorry, I did the wrong thing. So the grab is here. We've just got this little bit of ability to do something just by resting on it. And the more fat and old you are, the easier it is to rest on it. You're not particularly pushing down with the hand. What I'm doing is bringing, let's take it this way round again. What I'm doing is bringing this hand in towards me so that, if I can just turn, so that this has just become part of my body. And then I just kind of, hello, how are you? Right? Oh, by the way, if you want a Tai Chi reference, similar to the shape in Repulse Monkey. So here I am. It's either he's a repulsive monkey or I'm repulsing the monkey. Not sure which. So we have this just leaning down. Bosh. There's another move in Tai Chi. Get it right. There's another move in Tai Chi, Fair Lady Work Shuttles, which gives you this sort of shape. The grab comes in here. I can just take this hand up. I'm not really worried about what bit hits him or even if it hits him hard, because the minute I get to there, I've compromised his body shape so much that I can do pretty much anything I want to do as long as I just remember wiggle the waist. Right, so from here, there, just wiggle the waist. And I mean, you would probably, if you were a judo guy, do a sweep there, but you don't need to. Oldie but a goodie. Somebody grabs you, you relax and rest on here. They haven't got violent yet, but you think violence is about to ensue. You step to the side and you bring your hand up so that the finger here is just underneath the nose. You push in and back. Now, it won't work on everybody. I don't know if I've told you this story. Famously, I did this at a seminar once and I called for a volunteer. And without thinking, I said to the guy, has your nose ever been broken? I meant, because if your nose had been broken a couple of times, the nerves here might be deadened. He didn't quite understand what I meant. I went, whoa! I did. Sorry, I didn't mean that. So here, we're stepping to the side. The finger comes underneath. You push in and up. And on most people, you will get a reaction. The problem comes, what do you do next? Because you don't want to be kind of going da 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 with somebody. So you do have to have a plan B. Simple plan B is to come in, and as soon as you get a reaction, drop your elbow down here, or as soon as you get a reaction, come up, cover the eyes, because people don't like it when their eyes are covered, and control somebody down to the ground. You don't need to go splat, because if you go splat, they'll hit their head on the floor and you'll be facing manslaughter charges. You don't want that. But here, notice by having come out to the side also, it's not impossible, but it is difficult for Sam to hit me with that other hand. And he's not really thinking about doing it at the moment, because he's more about thinking about not losing his balance. Yeah. That's an oldie but a goodie. The technique, this, is not from Tai Chi. The body mechanics is from Tai Chi. So the here, I'm moving the waist. I'm using virtually no strength in my arm at all. I'm just letting my waist do the work. Not nice, is it?
No.
Now, if that's not nice, and I'm not going to do this to Sam, because as I say, I've got fingernails. But the even more not nice version of the same thing would be, instead of coming here, I'm just going to illustrate by going there. It would be to take fingers up the nostrils, push the fingers fairly fast into the nostrils. The person will probably launch themselves back that way, actually. It really is very uncomfortable. But once you've got your fingers in the nostrils, you can control them really well. Actually, that begs a question, because what we did there, I came to the outside. There's always a possibility that you can't go that way, that somebody's grabbed you and you have got to go that way. In that case, instead of using your finger, you could use your thumb. You could come here and do that. Let me just come in a little bit. So here, what I'm doing, I'm coming in. Sorry, we're right in the wrong place for the camera to... There's kind of a little dance we had going there. Pretty cool. So here, I'm coming this side slightly, putting my... Just turn you around slightly.
Yep.
Yeah. Putting my thumb here and coming round. There's a little sneaky bit I was doing there that makes it work, that I nearly forgot to mention, which is if you come here and just push back, make your neck really strong. What I did, the little sneaky bit, and you notice the downside there, he was holding on for grim death, nearly took me with him. The little sneaky bit, sorry, again we've got the words just above us. The little sneaky bit is to draw a circle. You don't just push back, you go slightly to the side and round. And I think I was probably doing that actually when I came there as well, going to the other side and round. It's one of those things that there are certain things that you sometimes forget to teach because it's so...
Yeah.
It's a bit like, when you first drove Sam is much younger than me. When you first took your first driving lesson, was it on a geared or a manual car? Automatic
manual
or
car.
Manual, right. First driving lesson, all of a sudden there's about 100 things you've got to remember and do, and you can't possibly get the coordination right. Nobody can drive a car. It's impossible. Mm-hmm. After a few lessons, you're doing all this stuff. Now, I happen to know you drive a manual car. You don't even think about changing gear, do you? It happens at the right point in time. And it's kind of the same thing here. Doing that little curvy bit or doing that little curvy bit kind of is just what you have to do, because that's changing gear. This is kind of one for the ladies. Nasty. Oh, by the way, I appreciate that sexist, but there is there are gender biases when it comes to attacks on people.
I'm open to be attacked by anybody.
Yeah, that's right. I always say the same. At my age, yeah, absolutely. Please don't hurt me, and somebody grabs both wrists, sort of like that, especially if you are a smaller person. Now, there are things you can do that have really very little to do with Tai Chi. Other than Tai Chi, we're really big on the idea of opening and closing. You could, and I'm going to do this gently because I don't want to hurt Sam, you could close together, and if you're lucky, you'll hit the thumbs together. If you're unlucky and it doesn't actually matter, because now your hands are together, and your hands being together, if you can hold, let's hold it here, sorry, turn a little bit.
Yeah.
Right, hold my hands really tight. If I try and get out by pushing down, that's difficult. If my hands come here and I push down, it is easier.
Wow.
Yeah? So I've gone from a place where I'm actually trying to push into you to a place where I'm just pushing
Away. Yeah.
through there. And then obviously you do mean things to people. Here, equally from a Tai Chi perspective, everything in Tai Chi should be generated through the waist. So from the waist, he's holding me. Now if he's pulling me, it's different, or pushing me, but if he's just holding me, first thing is I can say hello there, or I can say hello there, or I can say hello there to take his attention. Then I can turn my waist and get one hand, with a bit of luck, underneath the other. So you hold me tight, I take your attention, I come to here. Here, bye-bye. I actually cheated at the end there. I used strength. So to do it without using strength, hold quite tight if you would say. Here's something to take his attention away. I mean, obviously, that will take his attention away a lot more. Here, hold tight, I'm just using my waist. That, I'm not using much strength in the arm at all, I'm using the waist. Here, I'm just turning the waist back the other way, which I didn't do the other time. I used my arms on that last bit. So take his attention, turn the waist, throw him away. If I don't like, I mean, if I'm a young lady and I don't like throwing a perfectly good man away, I'll keep him for later. You can go here, 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 and when you get somebody to this position, it is just so tempting. You break this finger, then you break that finger, then you break that finger, then you break that finger. That finger you take off and you, well, we won't talk about what you would do with it, but it would be very rude indeed. And you'd probably have to wash your hands at the end of it. One more time, if you don't mind, Sam. So here, I can do bosh that, because generally speaking, on there I grab my own hand to improve the strength if I just want to break away. Or, sorry, hold it there. I can take your attention. If you're pulling or pushing me, so if we come back, if bizarrely you grab me and you were pulling backwards, sorry, you'll need to walk back to pull me back, yeah? There, I would come in and try and get it. I'd try and be faster, right? So I wouldn't just let you pull backwards, please. Yeah, that's just me staying in the same relative place. Yeah. So you pull back. Bosh. Oh, sorry.
I love how you apologise.
Yeah. Oh, you should always apologise, because not only do you have CCTV, but you have CCTV with microphones. So if you've apologised, you know, oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Mugger. I hope that didn't hurt you too much. The other possibility, let's just go back a bit.
Yep.
The other possibility is you push into me. And if I tense up and he's strong enough, you push me. What I can do here, you push, I can relax, push again. I can relax and let you come into that little kick. And then I've got stuff. That wasn't very good stuff, but as long as you use your waist and your hips, you're fairly strong. So the push comes in, bop, round, something. I don't even know what I'm doing at this stage, right? I've just managed to kind of twist his wrist.
Works.
So push one more time. Kick from here. I can turn my waist this way. Now from here, if I was being pretty, for anybody that's done Aikido or whatever, I could come under.
Oh, no.
And then you've got all sorts of mayhem. Tai Chi principle. Go with the flow. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
In Tai Chi, in Yang style Tai Chi, which is my predominant style, there is a move called White Crane Spreads Wings, and it is often followed by brush knee and push step. So you have a hand up here, and then you have that hand going round. You have the other hand going round and doing stuff. But just that is quite interesting. Nasty person goes to strangle you.
Both hands?
Both hands. Bring the hand up on the inside, high and fast. Clear that hand. Strangle again. Bend your arms a little bit more, because people who are strangling generally bring the hand up on the outside. Take it round. You have to use the waist. In order for this to work, and in fact I moved there as well, and that would be that bit. Just, it's always better to hit somebody in the nose than it is the stomach. So I want you to do something that's going to be a little bit counterintuitive for you. I want you to actually strangle me. Should I pass out, go and get help, but I don't think I will. But I do really want you to put some pressure on.
Okay.
No, put some pressure
Yeah,
on.
okay.
Bend your arms a little bit more, because from here you can't. Let me show you. If that's your neck, if your hands are here, that's as hard as you can press.
Okay.
If your hands are here,
Okay.
so come in a bit closer, press.
Is that okay?
Yeah, it was lovely.
Okay.
Ow! Look, little marks on my throaty woady.
You all heard him ask for it.
So, wouldn't be the first time. So the hand goes up, turn the body. I was actually stepping as well, but it's as simple as that. One of the rules of self-defense, nothing works, everything works. Or putting it another way, there are people that have been shot with a gun in the head and survived. Yeah, short of walking around with a sort of a suitcase nuclear device, and if anybody mugs you, you detonate it, blowing up, 15 city blocks. There's nothing that can be guaranteed, right? So what you have to do, if somebody's trying to strangle you, you have to think quickly. You have to do something to break their pattern. It might be flap to the groin before doing that. It might be that if you do it, Oh, there is one thing that I should always teach, which is strangle. Yeah, people always forget that.
You can move up.
It's like, you can actually strangle me. Ha ha, you can't. You missed. Yeah, and it's, there tends to be this like, oh yeah, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. And then suddenly you're in this fight, and the idea that you might actually, that's in Tai Chi, Pang, Lu, Ji, and An. An is a push. If somebody strangles you, just pushing, right? If you push in, so that they're, bend your arms a bit more because you are trying to strangle me. So let me show you. You're being nice because you're a nice person. Nasty people do it more. So here, pushing yourself away. Yeah. That's a possibility. Let me think. Gosh, I really must check what the current... There's things called habitual acts of violence, havoc, where people who are so minded work out statistics from police reports and hospital admissions as what are common assaults.
Okay, yeah.
Right? And so, for instance, a common assault is for somebody to grab and punch. Another common sort is a push followed up by a punch, because if you push me and I go off balance, you follow up. That's why in Tai Chi we practice relaxing down. If Sam pushes, push hard. Can you push a bit harder than that? I'm being pushed back, but I'm not off balance. Whereas if I was standing up straight, it's more difficult to maintain my balance. If I'm up straight, if you push me through the wall, if you push me and follow up with a punch, yeah. Whereas now if you push me,
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's coming, and he knows it's coming, and I know he knows, but the fact that you are...
You can tell the difference. I don't want to get all Star Wars, but
you can. It's and I mean, people who are really good at this sort of grounding thing, and I'm not, you'll push them and they just won't go anywhere. I have met people that you can go all day long and they're just like, yeah, so what? Good biomechanics. The straight punch. Let's just look at the roundhouse punch. So there's the roundhouse punch being hit is bad. We did mention before there's this posture called part the wild horse's mane. If my timing is good, as you step in to do that, if I step in here, this cuts into your punch and you don't develop a lot of power. I have some control there over your knee. This hand, which would be down here, could do a nice little pokey thing, or I could turn it round and do a nice little slappy thing, or I can bring this hand down, step through, and just do that, and then again I could pull this back, push that down, hit you. But I should have, if I'm doing it right, I should have a 3 count in mind. So you come in with that punch, 1, 2, 3, 4 maybe. Yeah?
Yep.
Because otherwise what happens is I do 1 and I do 1, 2, and you make yourself strong.
Yep.
Right? And I'm like, oh shit, I've annoyed him now. So that's why I need 3, 4, 5. Where's your wallet?